And he's here with us. Congratulations, Magnus. You did it finally.
Thank you.
All right. So just before we start and ask you a million questions, we have to know that just share with us. It's been an epic final, an epic struggle. Of course, the joy of winning, but also the joy of coming out on top after this incredible fight.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what to say. There were just so many twists and turns, and I mean, ultimately, it's a bit random that everything's decided by one game, but it has to end at some point. And yeah, I don't know what to say.
I think that's a thought that a lot of our viewers also share. Just the fact that there is so much at stake, and it comes down to an Armageddon. But I mean, it has to end at some point, like you say, Magnus. And I want to know that when the first Blitz game did not go your way, what were your thoughts? You literally had 5 minutes between the games. What were you thinking at that point, and how did you get ready for what's to come?
To be honest, I wasn't that upset after losing the first Blitz game. Like, what really upset me was losing the third Rapid game. When I lost, when I lost the Blitz, I was sort of numb. I was just so tired, and I didn't really believe I had a very good chance of coming back. So I just thought, yeah, I'm gonna play one more game. I'm gonna give it a shot, but I didn't really believe in it that much.
Now, it's been a very, very long tour for you, and a very tough one, especially with this final. Give us your insight on what do you think it was that was the biggest challenge? I mean, Hikaru was, of course, on his A game, but what was it the mental fatigue? Was it just everything that Hikaru, the opening prep part of it? What was the biggest challenge that you faced in this final?
No, he's just very, very resilient. That's what I feel, and he's I don't know. I just found the whole match just very difficult and unpleasant to play. Like, at some points, I felt that I was outplaying him, and then he started turning around. And I mean, I never felt that I had the energy. I never felt that I was, like, at any moment cruising. So it was just a never-ending struggle. Yeah, that's why it became so close.
So more than the feeling of joy, are you just relieved that the tour is done and you can finally get some rest?
No, I'm also pretty happy. I think at some point in this match, I thought it's all just going so poorly, and there's just no control in this match. I feel like I'm not getting the better of him at all. So if I just didn't end up winning the match at all, that's a huge success. And of course, there's a feeling of relief, but also massive joy. Like, not necessarily with my play, but I mean, this is sport, and a win is sometimes even sweeter when it comes like this.
And Magnus, it really did feel like, you were putting every ounce of whatever was left, because it's been such a long tour, and you won 4 out of the 5 Magnus Carlsen Chess Tour event. You won the final. You won Clutch Chess. You won the Steinitz Memorial. It's been a pretty good year for you so far.
Yeah, as you say, there's been a lot of events. I mean, I came right from the Legends to here, and I had to play every day there, and just a couple of free days. So it's been a lot of chess, but I think ultimately I must be pretty satisfied with the results.
I think it would be just very, very strange if you said otherwise, because it's been absolutely amazing to see the result that you produced. Also, you did say that you weren't feeling your rhythm, but you still, in the end, facing probably the biggest challenge and the best, one of the best speed chess players, managed to come on top at the very end. Looking back at the tour, what do you which event would you say is the one that you're most proud of? I mean, in this one you might not have played great chess like you say, or found your rhythm, but you did, when it mattered, really elevated your game and sort of showed what champions are made of. So keeping everything in mind, which event are you most proud of?
I don't know about proud, but if you want to ask me which I'm happiest about, it's certainly this one, in the sense that it came down to one game. It could all have been very, very different. And it was not my best. It was not my best event by any means. It was this. I mean, this final and also the semifinal was just a struggle. Just no rhythm, no flow, and just back and forth, and nerves and anger and joy and just everything at once. And it's been unbelievably stressful. So this was clearly not my best event, but yeah, at the end it doesn't matter.
Right. Magnus, I think it is the emotions which keeps our game alive, and it's amazing to hear that you felt all of that. Tell me one thing, coming into this critical final set and knowing how things have gone and having this feeling that you're struggling, what was your feeling coming in today, and how did you sort of get yourself together for today's set with everything at stake?
No, I was okay, in the sense that I was feeling a bit better health-wise, and also yesterday I felt like I played a lot better than he did, and obviously the first game sort of strengthened that feeling. But I mean, today I could really feel that I just had zero energy. I mean, starting from the second game, I just felt absolutely beaten. I wanted it to be over. Yeah, you could see in the third game that I didn't really compete. Didn't really compete there at all. So today, as I said, I had some positive emotions from yesterday, but I was just so tired that it was hard.
Okay, and also I want to ask you, because despite feeling all of this, you had this incredible performance today, and in an Armageddon, a very, very tough final set, you did win, and you won the tour. I mean, this is something that a lot of our viewers have been asking as well, and I think it's really nice to hear it from you. What would you think is that one overreaching quality as an athlete, as a player, that you feel has defined your success in this particular online format?
I don't know. I guess I have some sort of combination of speed and accuracy, but I don't know, to be fair. It feels like such a slog, and I've talked about several times that I find this particular time control very, very tough to play, and because it's hard to find a good rhythm. And yeah, that's I mean, for me, I mean, the overall feeling is just that there's been a lot of nerves. There's been there just hasn't been a lot of flow, and I think basically that's a good thing, because it means that it's tough. But I mean, to define what my success has been, I don't know. I feel like I've had some luck on my side for sure.
Yes, Magnus. I mean, you've been just an incredible fighter throughout this final. And my last question before I hand it over to Peter and Yas is that, just coming into today's set and with everything in mind, where did you feel were your best chances, in Rapid, in Blitz, or in Armageddon? Or was it just, okay, you're going to take it, whatever comes your way?
Well, my one thought for today was that I was going to pick black in Armageddon.
Any past experience that defines that? Never mind.
Yeah, I don't know. Like it worked out so poorly with white the last time that I thought if I get to this point, I'm just going to be so tired that it's better if I can play for a draw, right? That's what I thought, and obviously I was extremely worried that he would just play very fast and flag me, um, but that turned out not to be a problem. Apart from that, I had some thoughts that if we get to a fourth game and it's tied, I'm gonna at least try to win and not force a draw, which did happen to some extent, but there wasn't a lot there. But yeah, I mean, I felt the further the match goes, it's better for him probably. But anyway, you got to take it as it comes.
And how are you going to celebrate now that all this is done and you're the champion?
I'm gonna relax. I'm gonna sleep, and I'm gonna just have a big smile on my face.
Not going for another swim?
No.
All right. Yes, Peter. Congratulations, Magnus. And yes, Peter, your questions for Magnus.
Thank you, Tanya. Well, Magnus, what can I say? Hearty congratulations. It was an epic match.
Thank you.
Don't you feel an incredible amount of sympathy for your opponent, Hikaru? You were behind a set. You came back. Again, you came back. A third time, you came back. You were behind in the blitz game. You had to win on the demand. Again, you come back. I mean, your opponent is probably thinking, what do I have to do to kill this guy? It's terrible. Where did you get this incredible champion's desire to come back and return? It's just unbelievable.
I'm gonna tell you why I was coming back, because I couldn't play 2 good sets in a row, so I had to come back. And like I guess I lost the first, won the second, which I probably shouldn't have won. Then the third, I was up and lost. I won the fourth. Then the fifth, I was up and lost as well. So I mean, I mainly had to come back because I was messing up. Regards to sympathy for my opponent, obviously the format is extremely harsh. That at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. Like there's a winner and there's a loser. So what can I say? It's extremely harsh on him. He played a great match. He made it extremely difficult for me. So it's rough, obviously.
Absolutely. Loved your strategy of coming into today's 7th set, knowing that you were going to choose black for the Armageddon. Magnus, I'm exhausted. I know you're exhausted, so I'm going to turn it over to Peter. And I just want to say, on behalf of myself as a commentator, this is something I've never done anything close to. This has just been a great, great performance by yourself, by your opponent, and all the semifinalists. So I'm just grateful. Thank you so very much.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Peter.
Yeah, Magnus, congratulations. What an incredible match. I mean, really, as you mentioned, there were a couple of sets where you managed to win the first game with white and with black. If someone asks the chess world that, is there a way back from this situation? And Hikaru managed to bounce back many times. How did you feel like? Because this should be really frustrating, no?
Yeah, it was incredibly frustrating. I mean, the 3 times, twice I won the first game with black, and once I had the lead in the blitz and I only had to make a draw as white. And I mean, I almost lost all of these 3 matches, which just says something about his resiliency and how good he plays even with his back against the wall.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there was this moment in this Armageddon that you picked white. Was there some emotions were playing a role because you were just before forced to make, I mean, draw was enough for you, and then you lost with the white pieces. And did you feel like you have to win at all cost? Was it an emotional decision? That's why you regret it?
Yeah, it was emotional in the sense that I just, at that point, I thought the opposite of today. Like, I mean, I'm tired of playing for a draw. Let's just try and win, try and play fast, but it just didn't work out. So I guess that was definitely an emotional decision.
Yeah, there was one game where you were also in a must-win situation in the second blitz game, and we reached this position of f takes e4, d takes e4, bishop g4, and it was a blitz game, and you took your time. You went down almost to 2.5 minutes. What were your thoughts at that exact moment?
I mean, I was just paralyzed. What can I tell you? Like, I was used to a different kind of rhythm, and I mean, I was just thinking about what to do. I mean, mainly I was thinking about whether to check on a2 or to go knight e1 immediately. And I mean, after I'd spent some time on these nuances, I just glanced at the clock and saw that I had 2 minutes left. So that was just insane.
Yeah, and then in this game, when did you feel that you finally got the control? Because it was such an important game and you were so low on time. It seemed very critical.
Oh, I mean, I didn't feel control until I mean, bishop d6. I found this move with just a few seconds left.
This one, right?
Sorry?
This
one.
bishop d6.
But I gotta say, he made a very poor choice at some point after knight c5. When I did that on move 28. Oh, I could have taken an e5. I didn't see that.
No, you couldn't. You couldn't because he takes with the knight and bishop d4 at the end. Okay,
lucky blunder. But the thing is, I think ab4 is a huge conceptual mistake. And after he played ab4, I had some belief that I could actually win this.
And what was the difference in your mind?
Because if he takes immediately, takes everything, he goes a4. And he keeps the bishop on b3. And I can understand, like, in the situation that his natural inclination is towards exchanges, but this one was just bad, I think. And in the game, you know, he probably could have made it a draw, but he was already under some pressure. So it's not a shock that it went wrong for him.
Yeah. And what is your take on the last Armageddon game? Because it looked like a maneuvering game, but already also for your second move, knight c6, at least according to the broadcast, you lost 15 seconds. What has happened there?
Okay, I'll tell you what happened. I mean, so the short story the short version is that I was going insane, but I'll explain exactly how. So at this point, I mean, I had some idea because I'm playing on like a projector screen with an HDMI cable. So I had this idea that maybe the transmission is faster if I unplug it. So at this point, I just decided to unplug the cable. And then for whatever reason, like the board was smaller on the screen, it was unusual. I mean, I tried adjusting the board on the browser and everything, and then I realized that I lost 15 seconds and I should play. I don't know.
Wow, after this, I have no more questions. I hand it back to Tanya. Thank you very much. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, I love the final position in the sense that, I mean, I have 50 seconds, but it's like, it's a perfect position to have because I'm going to make the same two moves. And there's just, I will be able to pre-move no matter what. Because even if you give up the B pawn and like you're gonna have to give a check at some point on b4 or on the b file somewhere. Then you could just go rook b6, right? And it's fits with the pre-move. Queen has to move away from the b file. You can pre-move right back. So in this sense, like I had 55 seconds, like basically I could make a couple of 100 moves in this situation probably. So it was just the perfect position to have in this situation.
Yeah, thank you, Magnus. So back to Tanya.
Magnus, just congratulations. There's been immense support for you from all our viewers and online, and just you put this incredible tour together in this very difficult time. Just perhaps you have a message for your fans, or you'd like to tell us where we can see you next in action.
I mean, I don't think I'll be playing anything very big for some time, but in general, love the fact that people have been so passionate about the tour. It's been well received. The players, the format, everything. So obviously we need your support every bit of the way. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Magnus, and a very big congratulations from all of us.
Thank you.